Alrighty. Let's see. It works. Everything else seems to work. Time to go fucking ham. So, the way this will work is I will do one full run, no research run, just to see where I'm at. So, one no research run for sure, and afterwards I will do attempts, and this will be a daily thing until I will announce for what I'm doing this for. Or at least I will try to make it a daily thing. It won't really be a daily thing, but whenever I can, basically. Alright. So, let me try to make this a no reset run, just to see where I'm at. As long as I'm under 1 hour 30 minutes, I should be good. Which should be very doable. At least the last few times I have done any % normal runs in a marathon setting, there haven't been any problems really. But I need to practice on my consistency. I mean, actually the last time I did this was for the No Glitches Allowed run, right? And that was fun. They will actually upload the run soon, and I think I will also upload it to my channel. Just to give it more visibility. But yeah, for the no reset run, it's basically the most important thing is to not fall off Avion and ideally get the Phaedra launch. Everything else should be easy enough to not mess up on. The important part is to keep things consistent. That's the biggest deal. Which means nothing too fancy, nothing too risky, just do the things comfortably. Okay. If that happens, it's not too bad. It would be a deal breaker for actual attempts, but just gotta be chill about it. That's the thing, like, runs that are no reset are actually more chill in so many ways. The only two, like, moments that I'm kind of worried are Avion and Phaedra, for the most part. The Avion is because falling is just fucking awkward. And Phaedra because if you don't make the launch, and I will definitely go for the launch, it's also a bit awkward. With Gaius, funnily enough, it's gotten a lot more chill since failing. Well, we don't do a full launch anymore. So it's not really worrisome in any way. Like, worst case, I can go through the back. Because in the end, the leeway I have for a run like that is roughly 10 minutes. Compared to, like, my best kind of performance. I mean, to be fair, some other things are also awkward, like Pelagia. And Dirge. But failing those isn't run ending. It's just slow and awkward. Yeah, well, Rice Krispie, usually yes, but this is a no reset run for practice sake. I will have a marathon event coming up, which I'm not actually sure if I'm allowed to announce yet. And it's very, very big. Like a very huge deal. It will be very cool. I will announce it on my server soon. And the Team Eco server, I guess. It's something that I've been trying to make happen for the longest time, and the fact it finally happened is very cool. Yeah. A bit of a dream come true when it comes to speedrun stuff. And it will obviously involve an any percent normal run. So right now we're basically chill. Like, for a no reset run, the critical moments are Phaedra and Avion. Hydrus is also kinda tricky, but Hydrus you can reset for, usually. It's harder on normal, but it should be fine most of the time. But yeah, for everyone who wants to see world record level play after this full run, I will go back to resets. And there will be like a lot more like streams the next few weeks. Leading up to the thing I'm talking about. Okay, that's fine. That actually isn't too bad. Again, no resets, so people won't even notice most of the time. Funnily enough, I'm not even doing too badly considering it's no reset. The quad and Valis are kinda iffy. The guys, considering I failed it kind of, was still fine. We're doing chill start to a stream. Everyone can see a full run. I can practice it. And I can also go in depth on what would feel okay during a live performance and what would give me nerves. Like up until here there's basically nothing bad that can happen. As you see, a guy's backup is very chill. Like, people who are not knowledgeable with the front won't even notice this was a mistake. It's kind of sad that we routed out the full Gaius launch, but I'm not gonna go for a cooler but slower strat. It just doesn't make sense. And also a problem for Gaius launches, I can hit it like... When I was practicing it 9 out of 10 times, but when it failed it was always very awkward, and here it's a more comfortable strat overall. And it's faster. But yeah, my plan for next stream is each stream I will start with a no reset run, and then I will continue with attempts. Which honestly might be a blessing for my skill level. Because the best way to practice world record level speedruns is to actually finish the run over and over again. But that's not what you tend to do when you're grinding for it, because you try to accelerate the process by resetting each time it goes wrong. Which isn't a good thing, just because you're not practicing the later stages of the game enough. Like, if I were only doing no reset runs, it would take ages to get the freaking record. But also when I get it, I would have a way higher skill level. And it's not even a given that it's slower that way. Because of course it also accelerates. By the way, this is great. Big fan of this. Hopefully the launch works out during the event itself. Because this launch is kind of finicky and there's no backup for it. Okay. It's always a lie to go for this jump step. I will never do it again. It's bullshit. But yeah, that was good. But yeah, I think the most efficient way to practice would be to warm up with a boss rush every time. I used to do that, but it felt tedious, especially since I usually don't have the stamina to go on for a long time. But man, doing no reset is actually so comfy. Like, I'm 20 seconds behind and I'm not worrying about it. It's a better mindset to have. That's how Sean became so good at the game back in the day. He just never reset, man. He just did so many runs. I feel like doing this practice block will probably improve my skills drastically. It will probably be a good thing for my overall skill. And what I also like about any percent normal in a setting like this is that I actually get the time and comfort to talk about the strategies and a bit about the game and all of that between the Colossi. Like, this is great. This is awesome. And like, I've done so many of these no reset kind of commentary marathon runs that it doesn't feel like as tense as the situation will be because of the whole setup. I feel like I'll be fine. Once I get past the first few Colossi, I'm fairly comfortable in those high stress situations. That's how it was, at least during GDQ. Once I got past Avion, everything was fine. Avion is like the big scare. So I will probably practice this bird to death. I feel like the way I have it set up right now, it usually goes well. But I will still do a ton of Avion attempts. Yep. Wow, I did a PDO thing just now. This was very quick. Oh god. This was improvised as fuck. I should probably not do that during the actual attempt. That was a bit scary. But it works. Yeah, and basically once you're here, the rest of the run is usually chill. Not because the run is chill, but because I'm very comfortable with the rest of it. Like, nothing in the rest of the run will disturb me so much that I fail the run or can't perform anymore, you know? And even then, like, I remember during the Russian marathon I fell off Avion and it was awkward as fuck, but you just keep going, right? You announce it as this thing that can easily go wrong and you make fun of it in the way where if you fail it, you feel like an idiot and it makes you look very bad and make an accent on that. Because if you fail, you can just be like, haha, see how silly I look. Or if you don't mess it up, it looks way more impressive that way. And like, yeah, here it's like all of the backups are a lot more comfortable. Like on Barba, if I fail the warp setup, it's not a big deal. I can just do the IL strategy, which is also very cool. Hydrus is a bit tricky though. If you mess up Hydrus, it's awkward, because you gotta die. And sometimes normal Hydrus allows you to die. Most of the time you kind of have to drop to your death from a platform. Which, I mean, it's funny. So, whatever is funny adds to the vibe, you know? It's important. Make the fails fun and make the good moments impactful. The only thing is that I'm not as theatrical or as like many other great commentators. I'm usually a bit more down to earth, which yeah, honestly it's less popular in a marathon setting kind of way. Yeah, exactly, that's the thing. It's like a swim of shame because it's so slow and everyone knows you fucked up badly. Like with Dirge, they don't know how a one cycle works exactly and you can back it up quickly. But like, yeah. Pelagi is also similar. But, you know, ranting about Pelagia in a marathon setting is very entertaining to people. Because I can already introduce Pelagia as the most horrible pain that has to be endured. I love it in the hard mode runs. In the hard mode runs I just go on rants and it's so damn funny. This is actually a thing I'm kind of scared of. Like, not to take away from the surprise, but I won't be playing from home. So I have no idea how the setup will look like. And sometimes on certain kind of TVs, like, it's difficult to see the dot. And if it's difficult to see the dot, there's nothing I can do. Nope. This was a good Barba overall. I might even be almost in the green again. This was a fantastic Barba. Low pressure environments, huh? I mean, the pace is not nearly good enough to, like, world record, but maybe I'll get a PB out of it. That would be fun. Or, if I keep this kind of pace until Phalanx and then do the sickest late game ever, it also has a chance. We'll see. I almost kind of want to fail Hydras at some point during the practice session just so I can practice the backup. Honestly, like, I might even do like a thing where I load up the save and fail it on purpose. Just to experience that. To optimize the way I fall off the whole freaking platform and all that. Though I am very confident in my dirge, in my Hydrus, sorry, in my Hydrus. So it shouldn't happen during the actual run. But I gotta be ready, because sometimes it still does. I've been getting slightly better at the barbas, that is good. I'm gonna start being more confident on that barba execution. Because the time save on barba is no joke here. Just a fun fact, so if that Gaius and Phaedra went well, with this kind of barba, I would be at the minus 35 seconds I'm looking for. But I'm feeling confident with my gameplay. Like, that's the important part. I feel very de-rusted, which is great. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, when I'm just like straight up doing these kind of paces with zero pressure out just like that, like I think this is probably in the green again. I was 20 seconds behind on Phaedra and I'm in the green by Hydrus again. That's wild. That's actually crazy. If I'm in the green now, I would have been at the minus 40 Hydrus, which I'm basically looking for with a good start. Yep, pretty much. It's actually kind of wild with this kind of start that I'm still competitive enough to, with perfect play, get a world record. Like, I basically brought this run past Hydrus like that. That's wild. Can't wait to actually get a good pace out of the early game, and it will happen. I'm confident with that. I'm feeling very, very on top of my game. Just a matter of time. And with the amount I'll be playing the next days, I'm confident it will happen. Like, If I kept up the once or twice per week kind of stream, it would have taken ages to get the record. If I increase that amount, due to the sheer motivation I have right now, we'll see how long it will take. I definitely know what to do, and I think it will happen soon enough. Like, hopefully I can get a 55x run. I'd be very happy with that kind of pace and run quality. Yeah, not sure about this. My Kuro and Phaedra pathing was actually very sick in PB. Kinda crazy. Yeah, man, that's great. Love that. I should practice that, because this is so sick when it works. The hover walk straight into, like, this. It's definitely an improvement, I feel like. Have gotten better about this. Yep, I knew that would happen, though. Awkward, but it's fine. Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. Hard to tell, honestly. Like, do you mean practiced as in I specifically went into it with the thought of practicing it, or also just IL attempts? Specifically to practice, yeah. Okay, your wording was actually very specific there. That's a hard question. There's probably a top 3 for this one. Gaius has to be one of them, ever since we introduced the new strategy. Because the new strategy was just so hard, I probably put hours into that. One specifically, and before that with the launch as well. Gaius is one that I often get to just practice. Then Hydrus has to be up there. The amount of like theory crafting I did with the Any Hydrus, and then I had to relearn Hydrus and optimize Hydrus and initially learn Hydrus. Hydrus is a big wall. Like, the worst part about it is, if you're bad at the Hydrus strat, you just either have to do intended, which loses like 1.5 minutes from the get-go, or if you fail it, it's even worse. So doing Hydrus like strat is very beneficial to the run, but only if you're very, very good at it, which is hard. Like, with our strats, it's enough to get a 50-50, and then you just, like, get a backup if you fail it. With Hydras, it's, like, do or die every time. It's not a quick reset either, that's the thing. So, Bassaran is a big one. But that's a boring answer, because it's pretty self-evident why. Outside of those, I think for me personally, Cenobia, because I just love playing Cenobia. And Fury Crafting with Super Jump was a big one. And funnily enough, like Phalanx and Malice, because I suck at both of those, so I had to compensate. But number one of all of them is probably Gaius at this point. At different intensity at different moments. Wow. Okay. See here, if this happens during the, like, freaking attempt in the marathon, I can make fun of the fact that Wander sometimes just doesn't follow what I tell him to. In this case, it was the input for the jump stab, which is easy to fail. I could, of course, say that, like, I could do a safer strategy here, but I'm not going to, because that would be, like, boring. This is probably the first time I failed Bass Run first try in quite a while. Quite a while. It kills the run, but it's alright. Also forgot that you have to do it this way. I think I'm still fine here. Yep. Okay, I can just do it the safer way and do this instead. And no one will be smarter out of it. And then I can do a safe strat here where I just grab on and re-grab and do a very, very safe 40-second equivalent. But you see the level I'm playing at. One reset at Bassaran and the run is going to shit. It's actually kind of tough thinking about, because I never overthink Bassaran, but it's so easy to mess up actually. Like, that jump step input is quite rough. We're talking about a minute 10. Damn. But it's always fun when you fail those, because then you can talk about the backups we have for marathon runs, which is just to fall off a cliff. The manual reset. Especially since it's faster than any other kind of backup, which is mad funny, honestly, that the speedrun works like that. But see, that's the thing, the two very, very hard Colossi, like Argus and Bassaran, at least they have a reset button like that. On hard mode you can also do it a lot like that, because the Colossi deal a lot of damage straight up. But the two most important ones have a cliff nearby, which gives me peace of mind in some sense. Oh man. Come on, man. Not like this. Don't slow down. You know, these kind of slowdowns, you wouldn't notice, but they actually kill runs, like, heavily. A slowdown like that can lose up to, like, 7, 8, 9 seconds. Especially if, like, the follow-up route after that, re-accelerating, is slow. It's rough. The 17th Colossus in, like, high tier runs isn't the camera anymore. It's not physics anymore. It's not even the forest. It's just straight up aggro. Like, the second biggest source of time losses besides the Colossi themselves are just incidents where aggro runs into a rock, and I'm not kidding. Like, I've had runs where I was straight up 20 seconds ahead, and then aggro runs into a rock very, very badly, and all that time save is gone. It's ridiculous. And you'd think it's easy to avoid that, but there's always a rock somewhere. Especially like this cave. The Dirge Cave is horrible when it comes to rocks. Like, the Dirge Cave is so bad when it comes to rocks, man. Do you know that there's a hidden rock there that used to be there in the OG, and it's not visible anymore, but it's still there in the remake? That's fun. You can run into there, and aggro will just stand still. And here, like all these rocks, man, so many of them, taking too sharp of a turn and your run is dead. That's the best part about doing a marathon, no reset. In any percent, you get to talk about aggro and the rocks. Underrated skill, avoiding rocks and pathing management with aggro. Underrated skill. Most new players can probably shave off 3 or 4 minutes of their any percent time simply by optimizing their aggro pathing and routing. It's ridiculous. And I'm not saying that because I'm being mean, I say that because that's what I basically did throughout, like improving my any percent. It's always like something that PDO says, hey, your routing here sucks. And I'm like, no way it's that bad. And then I fix it, and it's like 20 seconds saved. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. You know, always like that. That was a clean one cycle, by the way. Happy about that. Like, if I got into a flow like that during the actual marathon run, I'd be so chill. It'd be so comfy. Such a comfy run. I always joke about comfy runs, specifically on hard mode, but I feel like I've gotten good enough at the run that it actually is kinda comfy. Just because I failed so many times. Just your comfy old horse riding here and there. Hey JK. Just doing a quick no reset. And afterwards I'll go back to grinding for world record. But there will be more streams the coming weeks. Oh hell yeah. Just your comfy old run. It's actually surprising how much time I can save in the Avion to Hydrus section. Like, that's straight up 20 seconds right there. And yeah, I mean the 40 seconds that I was basically talking about. 40 seconds there, get one of the late game time saves and I got it, right? So easy. Easy as that. JK, would you be up to do a practice race at some point? Just your comfy old practice race. Oh, hell yeah. I'll probably ask in the Team Eco Discord if other people wanna join. Yep. Yeah, man. That was a bit aggressive on my end, but that worked out. I should probably, like, at some point look into optimizing it so I always land at that cliff. I could do this whole section a lot smoother. I'm starting to, like, notice more and more little things that I can save a second here and there, which I have been neglecting for the longest time, but now it just became so much more important. Like, not falling there, but grabbing. Works. Works for me. Oh, that was a gold. Nice. So that's what we can say, I think. That grabbing there saves 2 seconds. I think that's a fair estimate. I mean, it makes sense since you have to get back up the cliff and then walk. Yeah. But you skip the stun. Oops. Talking about rocks. The invisible ones are always hitting the hardest. I wonder if there's a proper way to optimize this whole thing here, because it always feels like I'm doing it very poorly. That felt a little better. The important part to actually grab here. Yeah, but this is like a part that I wonder about. Like, instead of swimming past it, is there like a smart way to like get onto the thing directly and then jump into the water or something? Or just bypass the Pelagia visibility? Maybe stand behind the thing? It's not a big difference, but surely it makes a couple of seconds of difference. Oh god. Okay, we can make this work. Nope, that wasn't it, man. That's not it, chief. Let's try and save this. I think this could work. Yep. I'm so relaxed right now. It's amazing. So freaking relaxed. Oops. Everyone, can someone tell me, why did I lose 9 seconds? Did you pay attention in class? Why did I lose 9 seconds? It's because of the invisible rock on the bridge that I ran into the aggro, that's why. 10 seconds from one invisible rock. Love it. It's my favorite when that happens. It's always about the goddamn rocks, man. The forest is also very bad. Getting a wrong turn in a forest kills the run. If you run into a tree or something, that's like game over. Your run is absolutely dead. Never to recover ever again. It's important to stay on the path. As long as you stay on the path, aggro behaves. Once you get into the grass, it's like a no-go area. Aggro just never recovers there. Yes, that's it. That's the way. That's the fucking way. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I always wanted to see. Why can't I get these kind of phalanxes during actual runs, man? That's fantastic. For all I know, this could be a gold split, or at least very close to it. Let's see how good it is. I'm actually not sure how much time I can save on this split. Okay, this looks like disgusting time save. Okay. Guys, I didn't know I can save 20 seconds here. I mean, I guess I should have known because of my gold split, but hot damn. I mean, that's wild. I basically need... I need to, like, save the 30 to 40 seconds in the early game, get this, and I got it. And then I still have some leeway on the later Colossi. It's wild. I actually have a complete roadmap to how to, like, get world record. Each time I get, like, time saves like that, it makes more sense in my head. It feels very overwhelming because, like, the way you lose time becomes more and more subtle. So it's kind of brutal to run against splits like that. But the way you save time is actually fairly straightforward. It's just less forgiving. Man, that's wild. 20 seconds here. So I got 20 seconds on Gaius, 20 seconds here. 10 to 15. Let's say 20 in Barba and Hydrus combined. That's already 60. That's like 55 second territory. And then I can save like 10 on a Argus IL. So I know how to comfortably get to a high 55-minute run. But then, like, PDO was talking about 54. I'm not sure what he's on about. I mean, I can only guess that it's like optimizing every freaking, like, ugh. It's getting excessive, but I get it. I get how to achieve that kind of stuff. It's just scary. Though I think the 55-minute range is the next range where it will become stale for a while. Kind of like it was with the 57-minute range. The 55-minute range is the next big step. The grind for 54 is ruthless though. Like, back in the day it's kind of similar to a grind for sub 1. With the skill level back when. That's what sub 1 was back then is sub 55 now. It will probably happen at some point, but probably something, like some kind of optimization somewhere has to be found realistically. Or just get that cracked fucking run, I guess, I don't know. Just go fucking ham, man. Yeah, the fact that I'm almost within a minute of my PB, despite all the mistakes I've made, is insane. Well, Avion AL is the big one, yeah. That's like the... Let's be generous and call it 20 seconds of time save. Even though realistically it's not really that. More realistically it's like 10 to 15, I guess. Depending on your execution. And wing down Avion by PDO is almost only like 5 seconds at that point. I mean, if you optimize it well enough, sub 110 level. Well, yeah, I mean, and wing down PDO was getting like 1/15 with his kind of executions, so realistically we're actually looking at a 5 to 10 second time save. But let's be generous and call it 15, just for the sake of it. Let's call it 15. Almost forgot this. But yeah, Avion is the last big one, so to speak. Yeah, man, that just happened. That was IL great, like... IL great super jump there. I gotta practice my Zenobia a little bit. Yep. Doing another jump into the wall probably helps. Bro! Why are you like this recently? You've changed, man. You're not reliable anymore. And I fucking hate that. It's a time loss for nothing. Yeah, of course. Like the guys is a huge one. Yeah, I swear to God, Snowy AI has been patched. That was a clean jump though. Other than that, like, incident, this was a good Zenobia. This should be a time save. I can probably get more than that time save. But this was decent. Yeah, like 10 seconds I got here. It would have been more than 10 probably if I didn't mess up. Actually, this, like... if we don't count the incident on Pelagia where I ran into a rock, this, like, dirge to Zenobia section was actually kinda sick. Could I say 30? I mean, with a perfect Zenobia, maybe. I haven't had good Zenobias in a while. I'm probably underestimating how much time save I got overall. But the late game, 20 seconds on Phalanx, let's say with Zenobia 30. Argus, I can save another 10. So basically I got 40 seconds of total time save in the early game, 40 seconds in the late game, realistically. So that's minus 120. Let's be generous here. Let's give another 10 seconds in there to make it 1.5. So minus 130 from 57 flat, 56, 5530. Add Avion to that, 5520. I need 20 seconds out of thin air, pretty much. Let's give every Colossus top tier shiny optimization and remove another 15 1 second each. I mean, yeah, sure. Sub 55 is probably possible with current strats and Avion IL. If you're cracked, maybe even without Avion IL. But it's tough. You can't mess up anywhere. That would be a goated run. Like, even my boss rush is disgusting, and it has 2 resets on fucking Pelagia in there. Oh! Not the cheap viewers, the best viewers. Hell yeah! You piece of shit, die in the ether. But at least that bot offered the best viewers. I'm happy it were high quality viewers, you know. I think the sound is slightly desyncing, isn't it? Brother. Like, basically you do one of these things and sub 55 is dead. You run into a rock, sub 55 is dead. Yeah, man, only the premium viewers. Ain't no way I'm getting the cheap view bot. Nah, Rice Krispie, you're a premium viewer. Man. Man. Wanna know something funny? This is still faster than like... or probably ties the speed compared to if you like... Okay, not anymore, but... It's not losing time, even though it looks like it. Hey there. Yeah, that happens too. Basically, if I didn't, like, if I got the plant, I wouldn't have lost time here. Even though I failed the launch twice. Just saying though, if I would have gotten the IO here, this would be such a sick late game right now. Like, imagine if I was on pace here and then I just cracked out Phalanx, Zenobia, and then Argus IO. I'd be shaking right now. This was a good run. Like, for a no reset, this was a fantastic run. I'd be happy with a run like that. Also can't wait on the details on that event. I'm so looking forward to it. Can't wait to announce it officially. I'm honestly not sure how those people handle it, if they post a schedule at all. Probably, right? Surely they do. But yeah, the opportunity is so juicy, I'm cancelling a chess tournament for that. Just to put it into perspective. I was looking forward to play that chess tournament, but no. This event will be so sick. Kind of funny because for most people I feel like it's under the radar and what it actually is. But I think it's bigger than ESA. It's not as big as GDQ, but it's bigger than ESA. Which is wild. Man, I'm so hyped. Okay, let's make this Malice split as fucking great as possible, just so I can see if my level is good enough. This kind of like start here is not bad. We're walking forward with aggro. You can bring this to like a much higher level if you make aggro just slightly faster. But if you do that, there is a risk that it doesn't work out. See ya, nerd. Fucking horse. Lost me 10 seconds this run. Get fucked. There's the ace tag. Yeah, that's what the people will be asking, man. I'm getting to Malice and then I just ace 2 credits and skip Malice. That would be such a great strat. Honestly, run to Argus and skip Malice. I'd be down for that. If someone can find a Malice skip that skips the fight, I'd be so down. I'd love that. Like, imagine you get here and then you skip straight to credits. Save like 5 minutes. Hey there. Did I go too far? Lol. Okay. Best Malice split ever, by the way. That was the goal here, and then I just run past the actual thing. That's great. Did we get like a final thing if this is like at all feasible here? Probably not. There's probably something in the Malice section where time can be saved. Like realistically, the biggest time saves on any percent run won't be from like Colossus time saves, though maybe. But I think there's probably still like 10 to 15 seconds somewhere in the routing between the Colossi. That's pretty much what would probably be needed for sub 55. A very, very clean run and some kind of bullshittery in between. Yeah, but this is garbage. Hot garbage Malice. I mean, incorporating the new pitless I found could save another 10 seconds. That's true. Yeah, it's things like that. Like, the Malice routing that I found has so much potential. It could probably be the next big time save as well that has to be incorporated. The awkward part is if you fail it, you just lose the run. And it's been an easy enough thing to fail. That's the awkward part, huh? That and some idiot getting the idea of like going for Jared jump in runs. I think that's also kind of feasible. Oh fucking hell. Can I make this work? I think so. Yep. Saved. Not a great Malice split though. Not as bad as the last time though I got to this one. Last stream. But still pretty bad. My pathing was dog shit. Yeah, still pretty bad, yeah. Dorman needs optimizing. Sometimes I randomly save 10 seconds on Dorman and I have no idea why. And that happens not often, but often enough where I'm getting like worried that there's some kind of secret technique. Like, what if you do insta-fire? Let's try this out. Let's try insta-fire. Like, get the thing and insta-fire. What if this saves 5 seconds and nobody knew? Let's try it out. Insta-fire and then walk forward. Does this save time? And then fire continuously into this corner. Maybe it accelerates them by a second each time I do a fire. Imagine. Constant fire. Just constant fire. I'm just spamming fire. Let's see if something happens. Yo, perma-vape. 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 Everyone, look at me perma-vaping. Straight up can't get enough of that shit, man. Go, 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 go. Make them scared. Was this faster? Probably not. It wasn't any slower though. Worth the perma-vape. Okay. Technically gold split. Maybe it did something. I don't know. Maybe it's better to do it rather than not do it. By the way, this was a fantastic fucking, like, no research run. Like, legitimately. Other than the malice, after the bass run I held my pace. Even saved some time. Like, legitimately, I saved like 20 seconds from Bassaran split to Zenobia split. And that's after losing another 10. So that's like... Yeah, I saved 30 seconds in Phalanx and Zenobia. I could have saved another 10 at Argus. 40. I know I can save 40 early game. That's all I gotta do, right? So, the plan. The plan is the following. I will watch the credits just because I'm curious of the IGT. Why not? Why not? This was just a no reset run. And after that I will do a bunch of reset runs. Maybe not for too long. We'll see. I mean, this is like 10-minute cutscene, right? I mean, I don't have work tomorrow because it's a holiday in Germany, or at least parts of Germany. So I will probably stream for another 1.5 to 2 hours or so. I'll try my best to like get a good run in. If after an hour I'm like, okay, I can't guess best guys with a proper like attempt, I will probably end it earlier. But yeah, I'm glad I did this full run. Specifically, this late game section gives me confidence that I might get the record earlier than I thought. Like, this whole run was red all over, but here, Avion till Hydrus, 20 seconds almost. Then Pelagia to Zenobia, 30 seconds. That's all I need. And then get a good guys on top and it's like GG. It's free. It's fucking free. World record is fucking free. You heard it here first. It's fucking easy. Did you all know all of you can get a world record in this game? You just gotta run the game and don't do any mistakes. If you stop losing time during the speedrun, all of you can get world record. Just stop losing time. Just stop all the time loss. Yeah, man. Love that stuff, man. Yeah, I remember. Now sub 55 is the new dream. No problem. I charge by the minute. Once you get world record, make sure to send me the the fucking paycheck. You all can world record if you just believe, I swear. The game is easy. If you like play like 3,000 hours of this game, you'll be fucking better than I will be, than I am right now, and then you just get world record piss easy. Oh yes, man. This is the shit. By the way, if anyone thought, this is not beer, this is like I don't. It's probably not like a thing outside of Germany. Actually, it's basically a mix of Coke and Fanta. It's called like Spezi here, and it's like Spezi Zero or whatever the equivalent of this brewery is. It's great. Yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. Where's my phone? Did I not have my phone? Because I want to keep checking if I'm getting any updates. Fuck. Where the hell did I put my phone? I feel stupid. It's probably like somewhere pretty obvious and I'm not seeing it. Whatever. But yeah. Funnily enough about the event, I only know the day, rough time window, and location. I haven't gotten any info besides that yet. And I'll give you as much info within the next 2 weeks or so. It'll be so cool, man. It'll be so sick. I think legitimately this is the most hyped I've ever been for an event. And yes, this includes GDQ. If it was an in-person GDQ would be above it, but the GDQ I was part of was online, so it didn't have the same vibe. This will be epic. Okay, I mean, on my watch I have a thing that searches for my phone. Okay. I left my phone on my bed, and I never do that. It's strange, but I did that. Okay, now I got a time. Yeah, exactly, JK. I think I can probably do a sub 1 hour run pretty much every time. If I get a run above an hour, it's usually a bad run, yeah. I mean, realistically, the worst I will do ever nowadays is probably like a 102. And for that, a lot of things have to go wrong. I probably average a 59 range on an average day. Like, what is this? This is still a 58, right? A 58 run in a no reset used to be fucking nuts. Nowadays a 58 run is like, yeah, you did well, that's alright. Thank you. Oh, hell nah. Honestly, I think at this point I'm probably good enough to, like, get record on a PS3, but it'll be a fight. Yeah, 58-17. This was almost a 57. I just did a low 58, no reset. Like, what the fuck am I cooking as of recently? This is fucking nuts. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Fucking wild. Well, let me save the recording. Everyone ready for the actual record now? Let me fucking do it. If you're ready. I feel fucking ready, man. Just about now. Wait, first of all, I probably have to make sure the freaking sound is aligned again, because this is abysmal. Okay, this works. So the way IGT is calculated on the PS4 version is that my brain isn't braining, give me just a moment. So basically, whenever you have control of Wander, including the cutscenes where you have control of Wander, IGT is counting. And it's counting in a weird way where each second of real time, let me not fuck this up, wait, is 0.9 seconds of IGT. So it's counting 10% slower for whatever reason. That's why real IGT is still more than an hour, but in-game seconds are not real. Don't know why. The OG IGT worked completely differently and was fucking useless. It counted everything, including the loads, so it's basically pointless. That's why we don't use it. Yep. But yeah, the biggest difference besides cutscenes is actually that it's counted wrong. But in a consistent manner. And since this is consistent internally, it still is valid as a metric for determining the better runs. No, the cutscenes where you don't have control are not counted, but the cutscenes where you have control of Wonder are counted. So this one isn't counted in the PS4 version, but on Zenobia during the pillar fall animation it is counted. In the PS3 and 2 version everything is counted. So there it's fucking pointless. In PS2 and PS3 there's basically... yeah, it's like... might as well use RTA and save yourself the credits. And it's actually different from how it's counted in like the boss rush. For example, that means during a boss rush we just add up all the in-game times together. We also updated that for the ruling in PS2 and PS3. So there it doesn't matter, like after Avion you can just stay still and you don't have to swim towards the tentacles. In like the any percent, it's essential that you swim towards the tentacles to save time. But that also means there's like cutscene time saves, where sometimes, like just now, I wait for aggro to stand still before skipping the cutscene to save in-game time. Same thing on Hydrus, where we run towards the water, there's a cutscene there, and you can keep running during that. I usually skip this early, but you could wait longer to save a bit of time. On Bassaran, we wait for the setup during the cutscene to save in-game time. Okay, so this start was kinda ugly, but if I get a very good guys, it's still good enough to contend for world record. Ideally I want to save a couple seconds early, but I mean, if it happened later in the game I wouldn't reset either, so I'm trying to not overthink Quad and Valis and focus on the important parts like Gaius. PDO always makes a big deal out of the first two, which is also a valid strategy, because that way whenever you get a run you get a sick fucking start. Yeah, and from what I've learned, if I get a very good early game I can save like 40 seconds until Hydrus. Then from Hydrus and Pelagia, after Hydrus to Pelagia I have to do my very best to not lose any time, because that section was fairly solid in my PB. And then Phalanx to Malice pretty much I can save another 40 seconds if I'm doing very well. So basically, if I have a good early game, I can have a chill late game. If I have an average early game, I have to have an amazing late game. But at this point I will just reset whenever the guys doesn't go well. Just because it's a freebie. Oh, that's actually kinda wild. You wouldn't think so because of all the cutscene skips, right? That makes sense. I mean, with the barber cutscene. We're not optimizing for RTA, so that makes a big difference. Let's go get that guy, yes. Oh fuck. Okay, I think this is still fine. Wow. Okay. Today I've learned technically I can still do 2 arrows after the initial arrows, but it's fucking close call. I'd rather not do that in the future. Might have been worth though this time around. Wow, did I understand? Did I still not get enough arrow damage? Are you kidding me? This was still decent, I think. Let's see. Let's see. It wasn't the full guy's time save, but I might get a -10 out of this, which would be fine to continue, I think. Yeah, sure. Let's go. Could have been 10 seconds more, but I think this is fine to continue. It's like for every 10 seconds I lose in the early game, I will have to make them up in the late game. Which is now what I've learned doable. Even if I went out of the early game ±0, I could still world record if the late game is perfect. But I'd rather not get to that point. So ideally, once I get to Phalanx, I wanna be at least 20 seconds ahead. I mean, even 10 seconds ahead, but ideally 20 or more. But I mean, a PB would also be fine. Why not? I'm not gonna like just stop doing a run until it's dead. This wasn't too bad actually on the aggro part here. Hell yeah, bro. Bro, stop it. Stop. Not like this. Okay. I usually tend to lose time on Phaedra. Let's see if it happens again. Well, I think this one was very solid overall, besides that little stumble. The aggro section matters here more so than the rest. Okay, I still lost time, but not as heavily as usual. Okay, I'll have to try and get a very, very good Borba. We can work with that. Yeah, that would be great. Like, if I get a very good barbell, let's say save like 15 seconds, and then I tend to save another like 5 to 10 on Hydras if I do very well. That would be like minus 30 in an ideal scenario, which would be very good. Maybe I get lucky on Avion and just get... What can happen on Avion sometimes is when Wander keeps grabbing in a weird way after the cutscene, or gets a weird bounce on the wing. Sometimes you can fly all the way to a corpse, that saves a lot of time. And it's completely random from what I can tell. I wasn't able to replicate it, and it's fairly rare. But whenever it happens, it's like here, 5 to 10 seconds save, just like that. Because we like you this time or something. Last round we had wing down, now we have wing up. Classic 50-50. And I haven't failed it once today. I don't know why, but it feels like my Bluetooth headphones are dying. They're constantly disconnecting and it's annoying. That wasn't too bad of a drop, but let's call it average. Okay, regained the time loss on Phaedra. That was a fairly clean Avion, but I think most of that time save is just random chance, if I'm being honest. So what I've been trying to do as of recently is also treat aggro more like a car. Try to take with tight corners and stuff more so than I used to. I think it gains a second here or there when I'm very careful about it. But at some point I really got to test it out in a sense where I actually time myself doing these and see if I can find small time saves in these in-betweens. Maybe experiment a bit, try different techniques. There's like crazy ways to get to the Colossi, which are most likely all slower, but I'm not sure if anyone actually methodically tested it. I mean, last time I roughly tested it, getting to Zenobia through Gaius is slower. But the way I tested it was just compare my route to Zenobia to Madurashi's route, which both of them were probably not optimized at the time. It was been ages. So maybe something unusual like that could save time. If done. Fuck off. That happens sometimes, I have no idea why. Well, this is probably a dead run at this point. Yep. The more he steps, the more it is a dead run. That was bullshit though. Sometimes Wander just decides to not grab, and it's fucking annoying. Let's see the damage. But probably unrunnable. realistically. Wow. Did you all see that? He just didn't like even attempt to grab there. Wow. Yeah, that's the barb I need right now. Other than that, the barber wasn't too bad, but that was brutal. Yeah. No, this is probably a dead run. I mean, not dead, but like, I'm not willing to go forward with this kind of run. For that, the early game would have had to be a lot better. Okay, let's try again. It's kind of rough that like I got two. Well, what does mean rough? I mean, one time I just did a no reset, but the second time that the run straight up just went off there. Let's see if I can do another one. It just like reduces the amount of attempts. It's probably more fun to watch anyway. I'm not sure why I'm like making it out to be as if it's a bad thing or something. Thank you. But it's easy. Let me just get a very good run now, and then it's easy. Just gotta keep the focus, which is the hard part, honestly. If I had the focus that I usually get during the first run of the day throughout all of the stream, I would be so good. Like, I would get so many runs going. It's always the first run of the stream or within the first few runs that's like where I actually can focus enough for a run to be consistent enough. Like right now I can already kind of feel the fatigue. But there's no need to overexert my power here. That's a decent one. So gaining a second to 2 on the first 2 would be ideal. Makes the rest of the run slightly more comfortable as well. Yep. Whoa, avoided the plant, holy fuck. That's rare. That looked straight up like plant territory there. Thank God that worked. This was very good actually. This was solid. That was clean. Can we talk about the fact that PDO is like, if it's above 5 minutes, I'm resetting? And here I am getting a 504 and I'm very happy. I'm not sure how much of that is loading time, to be fair. He says it's none, which would make me very sad, because that means his early game is a lot better, but in the end that's fine. This was a good start for my kind of standard. Now let's get a clean Gaius. And then it's a juicy run. I mean, my Gaius have been cleaner, right? I'm getting better Gaius more often. It used to be a thing where I barely get them at all. Now it's like... it feels like more often than not. Maybe I'm overestimating my own ability. Or maybe it's just that I haven't gone into the cycle of hell where I can't get past guys a whole stream. But that hasn't happened with the last 2 streams, which is good. Surely that's enough arrows. Yo. This shit clean. Did I under arrow again? For fuck's sake, okay. Since the rest was clean, this is good anyway. Oh, what a clean recovery. Okay, with that recovery, this was as good as it gets without actually getting the arrow shots. This was juicy. I ain't even mad. I'm not sure. We just called Gaius IL strat. So lost like 5 seconds here because of like extra belly stab. But other than that, I'm not mad here. Like, this is a decent start. This is a good start even. Just could have been like that perfect start, but I mean, when is it ever perfect? That was very clean. Getting there, you know, the consistency is a lot better than it used to be, a lot better. Now the important part is not to lose any time on the whole Phaedra bullshit. And by Phaedra bullshit I mean the way to Phaedra mostly, and then not miss the launch. I'll be quite honest, if this run dies, I'm not sure if I can do another one. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've had that set up before. Last time I checked it though, it was broken for PS5 controllers. Surely it's fixed by now. I'll see if I can add it for the next time. I'll just have to figure out where the space is. Probably at the top somewhere. Yeah, that was okay. It wasn't perfect on the routing, but I don't think I lost much time there, if at all. I could also re-add, like, the hand cam that I used to have. But I'm not sure how the layout would accommodate that currently. I just have to see. No, fuck off. Okay. What happened there is I landed slightly too far forward and then I shouldn't have done that extra input. Unfortunate. That's how quickly the runs die. Unfortunately, yeah. Let me actually see, because do I still have a controller input thing? I used to have it set up. Let's see if it still works. It just used to be wrong, but I think they fixed that. Yeah, there you go. No, they put it here. Total dial can play it. Or it's above chat. Or here. See, I'm playing it. It's a bit awkward, I guess. Here. And then it's just like Shadow of a Colossus, but smaller. That works. It's a bit small. Let's see, optimize. Let's optimize this. I mean, it shows the things. There you go. I mean, I can also... I forgot to add my heart rate monitor this time around as well. Let's do that for a moment so you also can see that my heart is doing a thing. It's doing the heart rate thing. It's always funny because when I actually get on paces sometimes, like, it used to be very funny because during Hydrus, it used to be a 50-50 if it goes through or not before I found the actual setup for it. So my heart rate would always go above 100 on Hydrus. It would go above 100 on Pelagia. And then on Malice it would just go wherever. Well, I think I've gotten better about it. Okay, you got heart rate as well. Full setup, pretty much. Now the question is, after I improved the setup so quickly, if I will do another run. I'll give it one more attempt. Let's do it that way. If this run dies on Valis, it dies on Valis. If this run dies on Malice, it dies on Malice. If it is world record, it is world record. Let's make it fun. But yeah, I have to make sure I'm jumping off early enough on the Phaedrus. That has been a bit of a problem. I've been jumping too late, which has messed up my recovery there, my setup. What I will also try and do is, if I get to Phaedra this time and fail it, I want to practice my recovery for the marathon thing. Is the sound delayed for you guys as well, or is it just me and my headphones? Because this stream, it has been absurd. Okay, you guys, you wanna know something funny? It seems like for you guys the sound doesn't seem to be too delayed because it shows up on the Elgato like capture. But for me, it's like horrible. It's literally like a couple seconds delay. I think my headphones are slowly dying. They've been worse and worse on keeping connection. I might wanna see if I wanna buy new ones. Because they keep disconnecting for half a second here and there for a bit. And then they still keep going like at the rate they've been going, so it adds delay over time, which is so strange. Or maybe it's just the monitoring that is like getting delayed with that. But you don't hear the monitoring, which is a good thing. I harvest now. Now. The delay is disgusting. I hate it. It used to be like that when I had a fault in recording the Pokemon when I first tried it out on the GameCube. It was horrible. The solution was to not capture, like, to not like listen into the like monitoring and just get extra earbuds and plug them directly into a TV, which probably still is the better solution because if it keeps going like that. Whenever my headset was fine, it was never an issue, there was basically no delay. But right now it's just disgusting. They will get annoyed by it the whole time. Wouldn't it be funny if this ends up being the record? It would be very funny. I mean, this run isn't so great compared to the last one, but if I get a clean Gaius, we'll still be slightly ahead. I think I was at minus 15 on the last one. I think I can still minus 20 this. I play on Modern Remapped. It's basically modern controls, but they switch around the whistle and jump button from the modern controls to be closer to classic. Basically the way I play this game is I most of it play on Modern Remapped, and then I switch to classic for Zenobia. And on Boss Rush I also switched to Classic for Phalanx. I used to switch to Classic on Phalanx before we found the new strat. The new strat is easier on Modern. I basically can play both controller schemes. Okay, I'm at the point where the delayed audio actually gave me a time loss here. This is disgusting. Because I was mistiming my double rolls and my jump. Okay. Audio desynced killed the run, legitimately, because I was mistiming my double rolls. It's insane. I rather would have had no sound than this kind of sound. I'm sorry, guys. It's sad, but yeah. I mean, I streamed for 2.5 hours. For a Tic Tac stream, that's a ton, isn't it? Or at least it's a little bit. I will be back. When will I be back? Maybe tomorrow? Oh! Y'all can watch me on Friday. Because I will be commentating for a Serperings run at Speed Dogs. It's like a Speed Dogs marathon. If you search Speed Dogs, they also did great YouTube videos. They did a Shadow of a Colossus documentary. Let me type it out. Speed Dogs. Did I write that right? I think so. Basically, Speed Dogs on Twitch. They will be doing a marathon on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Usurping will be the second in line of that marathon, and I will be commentating for her. She will be doing a crazy run. She will be playing through Boss Rush, Shadow of the Colossus, but in cat mittens. It's like those gigantic cat things with like cat paws on it, and it's impossible to hold a controller. I tried to play with them. It's fucking impossible. She's great with them. And that will be a lot of fun. It's a funny run. It's very funny. It's very entertaining. It's because it's all like animal themed. So this is like one of the meme runs that was accepted. I'm very glad it accepted because it's very fun to commentate. And I will be on there. So make sure to check that out. Otherwise, also join my Discord if you haven't yet. Like my personal one that I share with Usu, because there I will also announce the super special big thing, which I'm not sure if I'm allowed to announce now, so I'd rather not. But soon enough, where you can watch me on a big marathon stage. Very soon. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and thank you very much.